Do you remember the time Peter was sent to prison and accidentally dropped the soap? Wink wink. It all started because Peter scammed the government and made a ton of money. Here's how it happened. Peter asks Lois if he can go have some beers with his friends. She agrees but warns him not to drink too much. Of course, Peter does the exact opposite and drinks liters and liters of alcohol. The next morning, he wakes up with a terrible hangover and becomes very clumsy. Later, at work, he falls asleep, which angers his boss. His boss warns him that if he sleeps during the toy inspection, many kids will receive dangerous toys. If it happens again, Peter will be fired. Peter tries to focus and work, but just seconds later, he falls asleep again. Chaos breaks out in the city as kids open their toys and find horrifying things inside. Seeing this disaster, Peter's boss fires him. The next day, Peter is upset and doesn't know how to tell Lois he lost his job. Brian gives him some advice that makes him reflect, so Peter decides to tell Lois the truth. But when he goes to talk to her, he chickens out and lies instead. Later, Brian asks how it went, and Peter admits he lied to Lois, which frustrates Brian. Brian then asks Peter how he plans to make money to support his family. That's when Peter comes up with the idea of asking for help from social services. To his surprise, he ends up getting $150,000 a week due to a mistake by the system. Instead of saving or spending the money wisely, Peter starts buying unnecessary things like the statue of David. Lois is shocked by the sudden wealth and asks Peter where all the money is coming from. Peter lies again, saying he got a raise at work. Meanwhile, his kids want to tell Lois the truth, but Peter bribes them with extravagant gifts to keep quiet. Everything seems fine for a few days until the next month's check arrives, and this time, Lois is the one who receives it. She discovers the truth and confronts Peter. Feeling cornered, Peter admits everything and apologizes profusely, but Lois refuses to forgive him because she's deeply disappointed in what he did. Desperate to earn back her forgiveness and prove he's a good person, Peter comes up with an idea. He decides to throw all the money sent by social services into the crowd at a football game, with Brian helping him. However, greed takes over, and chaos ensues as people fight over the money. Security and the police step in, and when things get out of control, they decide to stop Peter by force. Peter and Brian are sent to prison. While there, Peter admits the rumors about what happens with the soap in prison are true, and it happened to him. He feels awful, especially since he doesn't know if Lois will ever forgive him. The next day, Stewie demands that Lois return his mind control device, or he'll blow up the house. Confused but annoyed, Lois returns it to him. Minutes later, Lois gets a call informing her that Peter is in prison and has a trial coming up. Furious, Lois refuses to even speak to him. Peter confronts Lois to ask why she's so upset. She tells him that he betrayed her trust and lied to her, which is why she's angry. After hours of arguments, the judge finds Peter guilty and sentences him to 40 years in prison. Just when all hope seems lost, Stewie uses his mind control device to fix the situation, making the judge release Peter. The next day, Peter apologizes to Lois once again, and they manage to work things out, finally making peace.